Hi everyone, this is Caroline from Thought Farmer, and I'm excited to talk to you today about our newly redesigned profile pages in Thought Farmer. Really, with this redesign, what we were hoping to do was make our profile design as flexible as possible to make it really easy for you guys to personalize your profile pages in a way that makes sense for your organization's needs. We also want to make it as easy as possible to highlight your employees' skills and their achievements, as well as making it easy for them to make connections with one another as well. And that's why we're unveiling our new hobbies and interests card, which you may see here in the upper right corner. This is all about making connections and creating meaningful relationships with teammates. I'll talk about that a little bit later. So let's see what the changes are with this redesigned profile page. Right away, you'll notice that we no longer have the different tabs that were there before for different areas of profile fields. Relationships and groups, expertise and skills used to be tabs. We have now transformed them to be individual cards that can be placed anywhere on the page, in any of the columns, in any location. So really, it's very flexible for you to decide where they will appear. Another change that has happened here is the page header, or the featured information, is now full size, or at least there's an option to make it the full width of the site to really make your staff member shine. And another change that we've done with the page headers is we've now added the ability to add custom information into that featured information header. Like in this case, for example, we've added Marcella's email address into her profile page header. This is a request that we had seen quite often from customers, and we're happy that this is now finally an option for you. Last but not least, you'll notice that there are certain icons used now on the profile page. You'll see under contact and bio, there are already for certain fields predefined icons like the phone and address ones. But you can really customize any fields that you have on your profile pages and add specific icons for them if you wish. We got the globe icon here for languages spoken, computer for technical skills, and so on. And the hobbies and interests card, of course, last but not least, this is something that you can optionally add to your profiles. And when you do, staff can go onto their profile page, click on the icon next to my interests, and indicate which activities are passions or hobbies that they like to spend their time with. So I can come in here and select a few, click on save, and then on my profile, it will always list my hobbies. The nice thing too is that I can visit someone else's page, another profile page on the site, and right away, if I visit Caroline's site, I can see her hobbies and interests, including the ones that we have in common. So this now forms a nice conversation starter for her, where we can, when we next meet up, talk about knitting or which cookies we're baking and get the conversation started that way. So let's take a step back and go behind the scenes and see how we can set up and design our profile pages. And for that, I'm just going to switch to this site here. It's a different site. You can see that this page also has the new designed profile, but we haven't yet gone in and really taken advantage of the different cards that are available here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my admin panel, and the first place I want to go is our profile details. It's a section that we find underneath users and security. This is really where you can decide whether you want to use icons for your fields. For example, if we have our mobile phone field here and we wanted to add a mobile phone icon, it's really easy to do that. Just click on the pencil icon, select the add icon to field label, and then just find an icon that works really well for it. Click on done, and now that will appear as soon as I reload the profile page. What I can also do here is decide if I want any information moved up into my feature information or profile page banner. For example, our phone number or email address, maybe even birthday, any type of information can now be moved up into the featured header, except for tag fields or rich text editors, because they would not fit quite well in that profile page header. So for now, let me move the phone field, and I'll scroll down and click on save. If we now visit our profile page again, you can see that this phone number is now moved up into the page header. And again, you can have multiple ones or just one key field that you want to highlight into this area. And I can also see that my mobile phone field has the new mobile icon appearing here as well. So that's one step. Next, let's take a look how we can work with the best page layout and the best location for each of those different profile cards. And for that, we're going to consult our content templates. So I'm going into the admin panel again, and I'll select content templates here. This is where every single type of content and its template live, and you're able to make changes here that will have a global effect for all profile pages or all group pages or all calendar pages. If you scroll down, you'll find the people template at the very bottom, and I'm just going to click on the icon next to the profile. So the first thing you want to decide here is which page layout do you want to use? And what we have found when we were experimenting with coming up with the best possible profile page design is that the 3-column layout really works the best. So if I click on 3-column, you'll see that the template here shifts right away, and I'll now be able to add cards into that right hand column or even in the left hand column. Now, before we go there, I did want to highlight here that we do have an option to, if you do not like the new design and you really want to keep those tabs that were there before, you can do that by unchecking this option here where it says display profile fields, or rather profile details as individual cards. Of course, we do hope you're sticking with the new design, as we personally like it a lot better, but there is an option to revert if you need to. So now that we're in our 3-column layout, what we can do is we can start to move things around to see where they fit best. And certain fields might actually work, or certain sections might actually work better in one of the narrower columns, like profile details, contact, and bio. I'm going to move that into the left-hand column here, and it works really well there because typically the information that's filled out here is less wide or less dense, and so it does fit really well in a narrower column. Maybe on the left hand or on the right hand side, I might add my profile details, experience and skills, and the more about me one. Last but not least, I can decide here whether I want my page header, profile page header in being in a full width or in the previous width, which was just spanning the 2 columns on the right hand side. So I will keep it in this full width option here, but note that it's very easy to just drag it back into this area here. And let's add our hobbies and interests card. This is now available in our card library. So if I click on the plus sign here, I'm going to see the hobbies and interests card show up here. So I can click on select. I can again decide where I want to highlight it on the page. And I'm going to go ahead and click save. Again, let's quickly revisit Marcella's profile page, and right away this is looking a lot different. We can see all of the hobbies and interests card on the right, her expertise and skills, and then contact information is appearing on the left hand side. This makes for a really balanced, well laid out profile page where anyone who visits can see at a glance what Marcella is all about. Now, one last word about the hobbies and interests card. You will notice when you first activate it that it comes pre-built with a lot of hobbies, activities, sports already pre-filled. But in case you have staff who have hobbies that are not listed, you can easily add one. Again, that is done in the admin panel. And what I'll do here is just search for hobbies. And then I'll open the admin page where all of these are managed. So you can see that a lot of them are already here. If you ever want to change the wording or you want to add multilingual translations for some of these hobbies, if you use ThoughtFarmer in multiple languages, you can do that by clicking on the edit icon. This is where you would change the language. You can change the emoji that goes with it and the background color if you want to, but you can also add interests if they aren't listed yet. So bookbinding, for example, might be one that you want to add. And then you can search either icons or emoji that would really fit well with that. So if I look for my stack of books, I can preview what that would look like on people's profile pages. Click on save. And then that new hobby is going to be added to our list of hobbies that people can choose from. So that in a nutshell is everything we wanted to show you about new profile pages. And we hope that you enjoy it. We hope you try it out. And please, if you do have any feedback or any questions, get in touch with your customer success manager or our support team, and we'll be happy to help you out. Thanks so much.